Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You all know my brother, their sister. So as you know by the title, we are doing a mukbang, but it's just to give everyone a little update on our life because right now it is a little bit crazy. Major reasoning, I'm getting married. No joke. I wish.
I almost.
Actually, before we start updating you, we'll just let you know where we got our food from.
Can we just first start by trying to smell which one is ours? I think this is mine. Oh no, I think this is yours. What did you order? What did you order?
Lamb shank.
Lamb shank. Okay, we don't know about them.
No, I know, this is me.
I was gonna say, they give us no fork.
I have my
so we're
mum's
just here at the Manukau under carpet.
And right across us is our exercising group session.
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Oh my. So we got our food. Our food for today
How much was my one?
$18.
So
our food for today was from Jayjays. Thank you to my friend Shirley. She suggested this on Instagram. And so this is mine. Lamb shank, vegetables, and mashed potatoes.
And mine is fish and chips with some
Yours
eggs.
looks really good.
Yeah, it does look good. I'm actually very grateful because I was gonna go buy more food because like I was very fegaya.
We also got a shake each.
Because we just finished breaking our fast. So yeah, that's mine. Ooh, coleslaw. Oh, you didn't show them.
This was my Oreo shake.
This is my banana shake.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Oh, I should use mine.
Pretty good.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Wow.
I taste it. Wow, I love yours.
Really? I kind of like yours, you know. But anyways, we're gonna have a taste.
My lamb shank is crazy. Like, this is huge. $18?
But where's, like, what do you have?
I got mashed potatoes.
Oh, do you? You even get a lemon? What the hell? You're so great. Did those cars really have to move now? Those exercising people can see us clearly. I don't know.
Some of you already know. About 4 months ago.
4 months?
I mean, without us knowing. 4 months ago, we started noticing my dad was getting, like, looking a little sick.
Weak.
He's kind of weak. But if you know my dad, you know he's very stubborn. He doesn't want us to do anything. He wants to work. He's got this man pride. We feel like he has to provide no matter what.
Yeah.
And, man, this gravy, jeez.
How good is it?
Yeah. I'm actually loving the vegetables right now because of it. You want a little bit? And we keep asking him, begging him to stay off work because he looks like he's getting old. We just thought he was getting old. I just thought he was getting old.
Yeah, I thought he was getting old.
Like
and I was
old
getting to a point where I was like crying at work.
She's crying in her corner. I'm crying in different places. My mom's
Danny Loy somewhere.
no. That's the best
That
decision
fork
ever
came off
made.
for me, yeah.
And you know, it got to a point where he knew he was sick, but he hid it from us.
Because he had a fever, but
And he
the
had to
fever
go.
wouldn't go away. Like he'll take a Panadol, because he'll try hide it from us, but because the fever wouldn't go, no matter how many treatments he did, the doctors were like, I think you need to go hospital because nothing we're doing is fixing your fever. So that's when he was like, nah, I need to go hospital because the fever won't go and he can't work without the fever, because if you didn't know, his job is yard work and also rubbish removal. So
And that's some hefty work.
He's got his own business, but he couldn't carry the business anymore because obviously he couldn't lift the baby.
And so they just turned up their music.
So we're gonna go louder.
And so he went Then he went hospital. And there was just something beyond this fever. So they done test after test after test. But it was so meant to be that someone came before the doctors and told us. Because if we were so unprepared for the news, like, that was going to hit us, I think we would have all been crazy. So someone came before the doctors even told us that they're going to tell us he's got cancer.
That fish is good.
Is it? You just killed my big news.
Oh, sorry guys. It's stage 4 by the way.
And so if she didn't, like, it was meant to be. If we didn't mentally prepare ourselves,
we would have been like done. We would have lost it.
We would have, I don't know what we would have done. So, yeah, we had our crying moments, a lot of crying moments.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of we don't know what life is going to be like moments. I'm going to die with you moments.
Because when you hear the word cancer, you just immediately think death. Right?
Yeah. Well, that's what we immediately.
Yeah.
But God sent her so that we can let it sink in.
Yeah.
Let us just, breathe it all in.
And by the way, this person that we're talking about was a Tonga person.
Yeah.
Not a nurse or like a random
some
person.
Random. Because she's not random, but. Yeah, Tonga. And so when they did tell us, we were really prepared. And my dad said that the doctors kept roping him, 5 doctors came one after another to tell him there was no hope, basically.
Yeah.
This is it. You're coming to the end of the road. And every time they were pretty shocked because every time they'd rub him and want to cry with him, my dad's like, okay, thank you. I don't know if he didn't understand what they were saying.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to.
But every time they had to break him the news, they had to have his family there. But my dad refused for any one of us to be there with him.
But the doctor called home and told my mum. And then she told us. And then we took it pretty well, eh? Because we just thought it was a little cancer. We took it pretty well.
But my dad started to lose kind of hope. Because they told him that that's it. This is, it's already spread, that's it. And so, my dad first of all, when my dad thought he was dying, I now crawled into his bed and started crying, crying that she wants to get married because she wants my dad to walk her down the aisle and see her get married. So my dad said, okay, I'm dying. You can get married next week. Yeah, everything happened, and I was happy.
He asked me 4 times, begged me after that.
And then, news came
Mom.
that his cancer was curable. And my dad said, no, you're going to delay your game. So she should have hurried up and ran to the office while she had the chance.
But back to the story. My dad found out he had cancer. And then the next day they were like, we're going to do some more tests to see how bad it is. The next day they told him, this is after we found out. The next day he was like, he was at the hospital by himself. They told him that it's not curable, he's going to die. He called my mum to pick him up. As soon as my mum got there to the hospital, he's like, let's go, I'm not coming back again. My mum knew something was wrong. Because his face had changed, his mood had changed, he was unhappy now. And then when they came home, oh guys, that's my first time seeing my dad cry like that. Eh?
Oh my gosh. When he was talking to us, the type of cry, you know that you can't breathe, heartbreak?
That's how he was crying to us. He wasn't crying to us because he was sad, he was crying to us like
he's done his job.
He's done his job, yeah.
And then there's us crying
no, you're not done.
His cry was and her speech was everything I've done here on earth has been for you guys. And my mom, she started crying and she was like, this is my other half, crying Hannah. And then my dad said, you're not my other half, my kids are my other half.
I was like, oh.
I was like, after all these years you didn't know?
You didn't know, sis. I'm his other half. If you know, you know. I'm just being dry.
Until someone came along. If you know, you know. This is so bomb. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, like he was trying to. I think it was like the most beautiful moment. Like I wish the camera caught it, but just my mind and my heart.
Everything he done here on earth.
Yeah.
If you know my dad and the job he used to do, or he still does,
Yeah.
it's pretty much those jobs you laugh at. But hey, what else a house? What more do you want?
The baby. Bought Letty some MAC makeup.
And so it pretty much directed us to where we're at now. I am currently not working at Subway.
Wait a minute. And then the next day, after all of that, the next day, guys, they told him it's curable. He can get treated.
No, but I mean, I quit the job and everything first.
Oh, yeah. Did you?
Yeah. His sickness took us to, I quit Subway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I took on the role of, us kids took on the role of taking over my dad's business.
Mm-hmm.
We moved real estate to a part-time job. And there's just a lot of things that I wish I could say on this video that we know how God placed it, but it's private. It's private matters. But what we can say is cancer was the only way to set our lives back in order.
Yeah.
That's why when people cry around us, if we're not crying with you, it's not that we're heartless towards our dad. It's because if we do cry, it's only because we know he's going through pain a little bit. Yeah. He said he's not going through pain. But
even if he does, he won't tell us.
Mm-hmm.
He's like that. He won't want us to suffer.
Was God's only way to bring our family into, like, we're in the best.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be sad because my dad's got cancer, but he even says himself.
Yeah, he knows it.
Our family's in the best, like if we continued our life without this cancer, I think we'd be very sad right now because
there's just a lot of things, like even spiritually.
Yeah.
For our dad is on a level we've never seen before, and that's why we're happy. Like I'm so happy because I've been bugging him for years. Like, gee, your spiritual level's not all there, and he's like, well, you're not perfect, and I'm like, I know, but I'm trying. But he's at the level where we are at. Like we try, we're going to church.
Like, it's God's taken our spiritual level, our love for each other, pretty much, our problems, to a whole nother level. Like, I don't know if much people can say this, but I am so grateful for everything we're going through right now.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like
our old life, we couldn't even be sitting here in the car park eating. Like, we'll be so busy. Also, guys, it's our last week of the cleaning job. We've let that go too. So the only thing that we're sticking to now is real estate and running my dad's business.
I think one thing though, since this happened, God has pretty much showed us how much money does not mean a thing.
Yeah.
If you know my family, we try grinding every single little type of way for money. And it wasn't until we learned that money is not everything. That he started actually blessing us with money. Don't even underestimate God.
Yeah.
And we had 2 jobs each, and we weren't even touching base on what God was gonna bless us with. And all we had to do was pretty much hold my dad's business together. Hold it together. And not only that, this was the only way for us to be truly grateful for what my dad. We've always been grateful, actually.
We didn't get to.
You know how when people say like, you wouldn't understand because you didn't step into my shoes and walk a mile. I've walked past a mile in my dad's shoes lately.
I think we'll walk further.
And I know.
Sorry, Dad.
Because I do a lot of like man work. Shout out to the man that's gonna be marrying me. I do a lot of man work, and I know there's like little things. When I was sitting down and I was thinking about it, there's like little things that God was already prepping me for this job. Like randomly at night, I would feel like, this was before, I would feel like getting up and crawling up my driveway for exercise.
Mm.
And then I'm thinking, this was God prepping me for the job that I was getting ready to do. So it's not as hard the work for me that it should be for a girl. Because God already slowly prepped me for this.
If you know, you know. Little carries the team. No, little carries the team. No, little carries the team.
Yup, if you know, you know.
That paperwork, I carry the team.
How hard? Oh my gosh.
How hard to say, yeah, we'll do it by tomorrow.
And we just, I don't know.
We've been wanting to take over my dad's business for about 2 years now.
But he would not let us.
He wouldn't
You
let
know my
us
dad
touch it.
has man pride.
Nah, you know one thing I knew is he didn't want to give me his login for one of his contractors jobs because it says like it gives the jobs, the addresses and the amount you get, and he doesn't want us to know, you know, because he doesn't want us to eat all the money.
But I wouldn't feel
But
bad
now-
eating the money. And so that's pretty much kind of what our life is right now. It's really hectic.
It's
We
so busy.
appreciate everyone that's come in to our home.
Yeah, and show love to my dad. This has made me realize how much people love my dad, honestly.
My nuts, this is how you know I'm eating too much now.
People be coming crying like there's a funeral.
Like people I wouldn't even have expected to come crying for my dad. I did not understand. But like, and it must look weird sometimes that we don't cry with them, eh? But
Yeah.
we feel like we've done a lot of crying.
Yeah, at the beginning, oh my god.
Because it was just us that knew.
When my dad was still going through his scans, guys, I cried from home to North Shore. I cried the whole time at the night market. And David and my mum was like, this is extra. Because I was like, God, anything but cancer. And it was the one disease I prayed not for. Do you want some chips?
But it's the one disease that God knew this was the only way to bring out what our family can, like, the blessings He wants to bless us with. But because we weren't, God knew we weren't spiritually there yet, was it? We weren't.
I like we always sing him.
It was mostly, not that we're spiritually perfect, but my dad was, I mean, you don't, a lot of people know my dad at church, but at home, it was very hard for us to even get him to open the Bible.
But my dad, like when it comes to keeping the Sabbath,
My
straight die you to die if you break the Sabbath. And we're not even allowed to use our phones in church. Like, if he sees us talking, he goes, "How many knife
Like, if you, yeah.
With that stuff, like physical stuff, he's strict. But when it comes to reading his Bible, I think it's like this fob mentality. Like, even my friends that are married to fobs know.
They're like, sit or cyber.
Yeah, they think that doing the right thing is enough.
But we keep telling him for years, like, you have to have a relationship by reading your Bible. Like, it was so hard to get him to even kneel on the floor. Because he'll say, nah, I'm already like sore from work. I'm not going to kneel. But, you know, God, He will bring you to your knees. Yeah. If you don't kneel, God will bring you to your knees. And you know, my dad, before we even open our mouth, he's already on his knees. Every single thing he does now, pray first, pray after. Nothing matters to him anymore. Not his work, not money. Even us kids, he's put behind him so that God can be first. And I don't mind. Like, the work we do is pretty hard. It's very, very hard.
But I love it.
I love it too. I do it with my siblings, so it's fun. One. Yeah. And the biggest thing is walking up and he's lying on the bed, chilling, having his best life.
Dude, I always wonder, like, is that how he felt?
I know.
When he used to come home and we're just lying down,
chilling out.
Like, does it make him feel good? Like, that's what I work hard for.
No, you know how I know it makes him feel good? Because one thing that's always stuck in my mind and my heart is one day he came home from work and it was like late. And me and Anna, I don't know if you remember, but me and Anna was in the kitchen. And he walked in and he saw us sitting there and he goes, this is what I love to come home to. It's just seeing my daughter still at home. And I was like, I think that's how we feel now. It's reversed now. We come home, we see our parents, and that's what we do it for. That's it. We got the roof. Like, he done the hard yards, no doubt, and he done it by himself. Yeah, listen, he done the work by himself. I cannot do this work by myself. No. Literally, no way. I will die. But like me, her, even one of my cousins, shout out to Woody. You the man. He's always
Single
worked
forever,
with-
Woody.
No wife, Woody. And like everyone that tells my dad's brothers, my dad's sisters, my dad like loves it. Like everyone that's like nothing falls like, how do you say it in English? Tono.
Tuno. Tuno.
Nothing goes unnoticed. We notice everything. We might not be able to give you anything yet, but like we know it.
You can use our Wi-Fi. He started chemo today.
Yeah, he
So-
did.
That's why I decided. I was like, nah, that's it for the cleaning. I called the boss and I was like, hey, thank you for like employing us to be the cleaner. We used to work clean 3 times a week. But I was like, we can't do it anymore. There's too much of us. And I'm sorry for everyone who was like, don't ever let the cleaning go, give it to me. But we can't do that. Because the boss was like, if he's ever want to give it back, you have to give it to me. And he's like, if he's ever want it back, I'll give it back to you guys. It's just because of the bond he has with my dad.
Yeah,
That's the
it's my
only
dad's
reason why
friend.
he's given it to my dad. Yeah.
Yeah. But he
But-
already had people lined up for that job. So we couldn't just like pass it around like,
Yeah.
if we could, we would have, but that's kind of like thing. He just gave it to my dad because they were friends. And the amount of Indians, that are like so sad because of my dad.
Abdul, Sabdul.
Raj. Like, it's crazy.
You know who the saddest if we tell him?
Ashok.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, my dad.
Ashok.
Number one.
My dad used to cut grass for a living. But once he met Ashok, like, pretty much took him in as a yard worker.
And then that's how.
After they build, my dad would be the one dumping the rubbish. That's how this
And then
came about.
Ashok's friends would
Yeah.
hire my dad.
And then one day my dad was working at one of Ashok's houses, and then the neighbor saw him and he employed him. Like, my dad, if you know my dad, if you know, you know, the way he does work is so, that's why his name, he gets phone calls like every day. Is this Malu? Malu, can you come? He doesn't even know them. They just heard of him.
And he also doesn't. He prices good. Our dessert, we decided to just. We were meant to go get this thing that we've never tasted. Oh, I love tasted. But instead, we just turned to Krispy Kreme and got a donut that we've never tasted before from them. And I chose little kitty one. And I chose. I don't even know what this is.
Why did I say it's my favorite? I didn't even tasted it.
We'll go halvesy. Or do you want to just take?
Halvesy.
I don't want to eat yours.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. This is how far I've come. If you know, you know. I'm a fries girl. See, that's pretty
I'm
much
not.
the update. Also, yeah, we still work in real estate. They're both like,
They're both kind of on pause right now. It's our part-time job.
just over there. I'm still eating.
Why did I say both? Like, there's another thing. I mean, it's kind of on, like, they know we're going through
I'm
stuff
so
right now.
relieved though, knowing that we've let go of your subway and the cleaning job. Like,
But it was, at the time, the biggest blessing.
yeah, everything.
But
has
everything
its
has,
season.
yeah. Everything we're talking about is just quoted from the Bible.
Yeah, that's pretty much the update.
That's
So
our
we're only
life.
working 2 jobs now. We chose, by the way, 2
You want-
donuts.
I already told them.
Yeah, we're only working 2 jobs, which we love, so we have free time like this.
Yeah. Both jobs don't have time.
Our free time is spent, like last night we went Denny's. We're gonna get fat.
Yeah.
No.
Both jobs don't have timing,
This
so
is our last
it's really
time,
perfect for
right?
my dad. Yeah. Okay.
So last
We've
time
been
we did
fasting for a whole day, so
Yeah.
we thought we deserve this.
We fasted for that. We're not bragging, but we just gotta tell you.
This is sticker, bro. It's alright. I think I like the Nutella nut better. I mean,
Yeah.
not I think, I definitely do. But yeah, that's our life. A little bit hectic at the moment, but we know things will just
That's why we're here at the car park.
eating.
But it's little moments like this, that really count.
What do you mean?
Like,
I would rather be next to someone else.
You know what? You should have just dropped me to David's house.
And I'm getting married soon, though.
Oh,
My dad, he didn't say not the week later, but he wants to move up a little bit.
just an update, yeah.
Update. And I will definitely be getting married this year. my dad's condition, which is working perfectly. And so I'm like, if you can't even explain how perfect things are going. Like, it's just, everything's perfect timing. The borders are slowly opening to Tonga. So if David's mom makes it, that's great. If not, I think they'll understand what we're going through right now. My dad, and then I started crying because I was like, yeah, she's getting married. What about me? You want to see me get married too? And I was like, and then I started crying even more because who the hell am I going to rush to the altar to?
There's this guy. Opposite dad in the chemo. He's Indian. His parents sent him here to look for a life with him. They don't know he's got cancer.
Huh?
So he goes to chemo. It's just his flatmates. He's got no family here.
Oh,
Only they know he's got cancer.
that's sad.
Now that's why he calls dad. That's why, like,
And this
so
my
many
dad
things
was
make me
a
realize.
teenager girl.
Yeah,
Like, we have to be grateful.
yeah. Like, life is not 100% right now, but I see God. Like,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. It's one of those.
And you know, my dad,
see-
he keeps saying, like, on his way back from chemo today, while Liti was in the other vehicle, I was with him. He keeps saying to me, now I'm just grateful it's me.
Yeah.
It could have been you, it could have been Liti, it could have been Salesi, but I'm grateful God chose me out of the whole family. And I was just like, that's the first thing I thought of. Like, when he found out, I was like, I'm just grateful it's not none of us, because I know my dad would have
go
died.
crazy,
yeah, my dad would have died mentally, emotionally, if it was one of us. But because he knows it's him, he's like, oh, good.
Like, we've seen our dad cry over his daughter because she has cancer, and it's the most saddest cry.
Yeah.
And I know my dad, he can't do it.
He wouldn't be able to do it.
With the stress of working
He
there,
probably would have
and
sold all the houses and went homeless.
watching one of his kids, like, I mean, of course, we would want to take the pain too, but we know my dad. My dad,
would rather have it.
he would.
And so, I'm grateful, you know?
I'm grateful that he's happier. If that makes him happier, then so be it. I
Did you
mean,
have any
I don't
leftover?
know.
Oh, you got carrots left over.
I'm not a really carrot girl.
Oh my gosh. Screen name, I'm like the vacuum of the family.
What's up, guys?
Out of 10, it is.
9.7.
This.
Yeah. Out of 10.
Honestly, I'll probably just give it a 10. Got those savior point though, look at it. Why? What's so wrong? I like that it's local.
Very local. Otara, guys. Otara, it's called Jayjays.
37 Repson.
They're $18 for each
We've
of our
got a
meals.
house under contract on Repson. Number 5.
Yeah, Versa hasn't died. We've got another house coming up soon.
Yeah.
Like, but we're not, like before we were like, now we're just like,
Taking
God
it
will
as
let
it
you
goes.
just. We know God didn't take us there for no reason, so we're not just gonna quit on it.
Oh, and besides, guys, maybe on our next update we'll tell you our next big news, if it happens. What we're planning to do in real estate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
That's gonna be a big announcement. Nah, but we'll tell them first if it happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go back.
And then we're gonna go back and delete the video later. Because it didn't happen.
If it's God's will and if He knows we can handle the stress.
I feel like it's God's will.
I feel like it is because we've been talking about it for months, but
No, for years. We've always like talked about it.
we've always wanted to do
We
it.
just always belittled ourselves.
But now that we have the chance,
But yeah, that'll be our next update.
if we tell, I think you guys will be the first people to know.
Yeah.
We'll actually probably do a YouTube video on it.
Mhm. We'll probably update you and then do a YouTube video on it.
Yeah.
But we'll leave that for next time.
Mm.
Comment any other places in Auckland or wherever to do mukbangs with their food. Because Jayjays, oh my gosh, guys,
Taste this.
straight to Jayjays. Oh my gosh, these people are watching us eat. Don't be jealous, you can do the same thing. Don't stress yourself out,
I
mommy.
used to be one of you miserable people.
I used to be so addicted to trying to be fit and exercise. I still exercise. Heck, Doing my dad's work is exercise. That's
Yeah.
enough.
But we sweat our balls off.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. That's our life. That's our mukbang.
Me and David's still together, by the way.
No one asked.
We just spend less time together, eh?
Very less.
We
We have a lot of less time. Actually, not very less, but we have a lot of less time for social. We try and make time though.
Yeah, like games, I encourage you to go. I encourage her to go to our youth games.
Yeah, I
Because
try.
Saturday night is is our free night.
We did not.
Oh my god, it's definitely gonna be our free night now that there's no cleaning on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
But we might be doing real estate on Saturday nights. So just depends.
We don't. Yeah. But yeah, that's our life.
And besides, this is another update, guys. This is my last 30 meals.
And another update, guys. I'm moving to the shed outside.
No shit, it's sleep out.
And so I like sleep outside.
I'm consented.
We call it the shack. I'm moving
The
there.
love shack. She doesn't live in the house anymore. She lives in the shack outside, where my mom and dad used to live. And now my mom and dad took my master bedroom.
Yeah, and I got shifted all the way to the back.
My stuff is still there. They keep talking about. My dad keeps talking about he wants to go back to his old room after when he's dead. I'm like, nah, just stay in my room. Have my furniture.
Gosh, I'm so hot right now.
My clothes are still
If you
there.
could see all our, look at our windows fogging up.
The last time it fogged up in a car like this was me and Lola was TSing one
I
time.
thought you were going to say something bad. Don't tell you. Give it to yourself.
No.
I was going to be like, huh. Anyways, yeah, my update, still not married. Thank you for tuning in.
Can you tell them what
Subscribe.
sort of work you do? Labor.
Labor. Like, we remove rubbish, we remove stuff from under houses. I crawl into little spaces like this, and I get everything out.
Why? Because we work for Housing New Zealand.
We have a contract with them. So my dad has
We're
contract.
contracted with someone under Housing New Zealand that takes care of all their properties, and then we are the people
that do it.
do the yard work. They offered this under the house job to my dad before he got sick, and he was thinking about it.
He told us he was gonna reject it because he couldn't do it. Like my dad crawling under
No,
from one side of the house to the other side, pulling out rubbish. No.
no. But
He already has a contract with them, but that wasn't one of it. It was a different contract.
it was yard work.
But they offered him that contract as well, and he was gonna say no. And he kept asking me. He kept saying to me, "You can't do what I do. You can't crawl into a little space like this and under house." And I kept saying, "I'm not claustrophobic or whatever it's called. I can do that." And my dad kept saying, "Can you? Like, can you? Are you sure you're a girl? Like, you can't do it." And then I showed my dad what's up. I mean, we all did.
So he was still thinking whether he's gonna accept that those list of jobs to do under the house, because we need to clean it up for Housing New Zealand so that the insulators can come in and insulate
Because
underneath.
there's a new rule where all of the houses have to be insulated now.
Yeah. So my dad was still thinking about it, and then he got sick, and he was like telling us, "Nah, don't accept that job." But we were like, "Bro, let's go!" And then the first day, they did one, but my dad was still taking care of the paperwork, so it was kind of like he wasn't accepting all the jobs purposely. Then when I took over the paperwork, all the work was like coming in. We do like 4 houses a day.
Yeah.
And that's like, the only reason why we do it, I tell you, I kid you not, the money's good.
Yeah.
Like, we control
Because
the money.
nobody else, that's contract, like, other contracts that we have, like, yeah, there's good money, but that contract, like, I kid you not, people don't want to do it.
Yeah. That's why I think the money.
They gotta have to pay good money. And extra little stuff that we find, extra little stuff that we do, they pay extra for everything.
Yeah.
And so we just...
And not only that, but we find stuff there that we like. Yeah, so that's pretty much.
Well, that's our life. And
I was really thinking of beating my
But
face.
we always talk about it, hey, people must feel sorry for us.
Yeah,
But we're like, I don't know, we just...
Don't worry, guys, we Gucci.
It's one of those, you cannot judge
A book by its cover. And my dad used to tell us, he used to tell us, it's so funny when I go work, people like look at me like when they see him doing the work he does, they're like, they think I'm poor.
They always look at him like, oh, like
he is
sad.
poor, but
like sad, but anyways, we are happy. Yes, there's a lot of things going on. Yes, looks negative to the world, but
I mean, yeah, from the outside point of view, we're
sad.
going for a tough time. And we are.
And we are.
My
dad's hurting.
It could have been worse.
Yeah. And we're grateful. Yeah. Praise the Lord during the good, and praise the Lord during the bad.
All I can say to sum up this whole video is like, we see God.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, God, everything falls into place for those.
Yeah, that's like so my Bible verse.
Yeah.
Everything works together for the good of those who love the Lord. And this, it just had to come for the good to come out of it.
And we're so grateful because it had to bring my dad to his knees to praise God more. God did it, the same thing to Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
Took him to the...
My dad was blessed, but he didn't really like...
Nebuchadnezzar, like, people was... You know, that was a blessing. God had to take him to the wilderness for 7 years, act like an animal, eat like an animal, so that he could see his blessing.
No, so that he can lift his eyes and say, God, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have these
And that's what my dad had to do. He had to remember it wasn't his own hands. It was his hands, but it wasn't his own hands.
Yeah.
It was God. So, yeah, that's our video for today. Hope you enjoy your day, night, whatever you're doing.
Now we're going to go take Williami home.
Subscribe and like.
William, if you're watching this, yes, we did a little bit guide.
Tell your cousin to subscribe. Bye. Can you see them? Yeah. That's what we've been watching this whole time.
Blessing.
Bye.